In Ukraine, an American super drone was spotted that will change the course of the war. Sit down more comfortably and now I will tell you what kind of miracle of technology this is, which will help the Ukrainians to destroy all Russians on their territory. The General Atomics MQ-9 Reaper, sometimes called Predator B, is an unmanned aerial vehicle, UAV, capable of remotely controlled or autonomous flight operations developed by General Atomics Aeronautical Systems, GA-ASI, primarily for the United States Air Force, USAF. The MQ-9 and other UAVs are referred to as remotely piloted vehicles, aircraft, RPV, RPA, by the USAF to indicate their human ground controllers. The MQ-9 is the first hunter-killer UAV designed for long-endurance, high-altitude surveillance. In 2006, the then Chief of Staff of the United States Air Force General T. Michael Moseley said, "We've moved from using UAVs primarily in intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance roles before Operation Iraqi Freedom, to a true hunter-killer role with the Reaper." The MQ-9 is a larger, heavier, and more capable aircraft than the earlier General Atomics MQ-1 Predator. It can be controlled by the same ground systems used to control MQ-1s. The Reaper has a 950 shaft horsepower, 712 kilowatts, turboprop engine, compared to the Predator's 115 horsepower, 86 kilowatts, piston engine. The greater power allows the Reaper to carry 15 times more ordnance payload and cruise at about 3 times the speed of the MQ-1. The aircraft is monitored and controlled by aircrew in the Ground Control Station, GCS, including weapons employment. In 2008, the New York Air National Guard 174th Attack Wing began the transition from F-16 piloted fighters to MQ-9A Reapers, becoming the first fighter unit to convert entirely to Unmanned Combat Aerial Vehicle, UCAV, use. In March 2011, the U.S. Air Force was training more pilots for advanced unmanned aerial vehicles than for any other single weapon system. The Reaper is also used by the U.S. Customs and Border Protection, and the militaries of several other countries. The USAF operated over 300 MQ-9 Reapers as of May 2021, with 16 additional units on the way as authorized by the FY 2021 congressional budget. Several new equipment upgrades had been retrofitted onto some of the active MQ-9 aircraft to improve performance in high-end combat situations, as of that date, to be included in all further procurements of the MQ-9. 2035 is the projected end of the service life of the MQ-9 fleet. The General Atomics Predator B001, a proof-of-concept aircraft, first flew on the 2nd of February 2001. Abraham Karam is the designer of the Predator. The B001 was powered by an Allied Signal Garrett TPE 331-10T turboprop engine with 950 shaft horsepower, 710 kilowatts. It had an airframe that was based on the standard Predator airframe, except with an enlarged fuselage and wings lengthened from 48 feet, 15 meters, to 66 feet, 20 meters. The B001 had a speed of 220 knots, 410 kilometers per hour, 250 miles per hour, and could carry a payload of 750 pounds, 340 kilograms, to an altitude of 50,000 feet, 15,000 meters, with an endurance of 30 hours. The company refined the design, taking it in 2 separate directions. The first was a jet-powered version. Predator B002 was fitted with a Williams FJ44-2A turbofan engine with 10.2 kilonewtons, 2,300 lbf, 1,040 kilograms force thrust. It had payload capacity of 475 pounds, 215 kilograms, a ceiling of 60,000 feet, 18 kilometers, and endurance of 12 hours. The USAF ordered 2 airframes for evaluation, delivered in 2007. The first 2 airframes delivered with prototypes B001 and B002, now in the USAF Museum at Wright-Patterson AFB. B002 was originally equipped with the FJ44 engine, but it was removed and a TPE 331-10T was installed so that the USAF could take delivery of 2 aircraft in the same configuration. The second direction the design took was the Predator B003, referred to by GA as the Altair, which has a new airframe with an 84-foot, 26 meters, wingspan and a takeoff weight of approximately 7,000 pounds, 3,200 kilograms. Like the Predator B001, it is powered by a TPE 331-10YGD turboprop. This variant has a payload capacity of 3,000 pounds, 1,400 kilograms, a maximum ceiling of 52,000 feet, 16 kilometers, and an endurance of 36 hours. In October 2001, the USAF signed a contract for an initial pair of Predator Bs, 001 and 002, for evaluation. Designated YMQ-9s due to their prototype role, they were delivered in 2002. The USAF referred to it as Predator B until it was renamed Reaper. The USAF aimed for the Predator B to provide an improved deadly persistence capability, flying over a combat area night and day waiting for a target to present itself, complementing piloted attack aircraft, typically used to drop larger quantities of ordnance on a target, while a cheaper RPV can operate almost continuously using ground controllers working in shifts, but carrying less ordnance. In November 2012, Raytheon completed ground verification tests for the ADM-160 MALD and MALD-J for integration onto the Reaper for an unmanned suppression of enemy air defenses capability. On the 12th of April 2013, a company-owned MQ-9 equipped with a jamming pod and digital receiver, Exciter successfully demonstrated its electronic warfare capability at Marine Corps Air Station, MCAS, Yuma, performing its mission in coordination with over 20 participating aircraft. A second electronic warfare test, fitted with the Northrop Grumman Pandora EU system, was conducted on the 22nd of October 2013 with other unmanned aircraft and Northrop Grumman EA-6B prowlers, showing effectiveness in a multi-node approach against a more capable IADS. In 2011, the U.S. Missile Defense Agency, MDA, reported its interest in using the Reaper and its MTS-B sensor to provide firing quality data for early interception of ballistic missile launches. The MDA is exploring concepts to use the UAV's EO/IR sensor to achieve launch on remote capabilities with missile interceptors before detection by Aegis radars. At least 2 aircraft would be needed to triangulate a target to provide high-fidelity data. The MTS-B includes short and mid-wave IR bands, optimal for tracking launch and rocket burn. In 2013, the MDA terminated plans to build a follow-on to the 2 orbiting space tracking and surveillance system, STSS, satellites due to near-term costs, opting to continue testing the Reaper for ballistic missile target discrimination. The MDA planned to test the improved MTS-C sensor, which adds a long-wave IR detector optimized for tracking cold bodies such as missiles and warheads after booster burnout, or plumes and exhaust. The goal is to use data from multiple high-flying UAVs to provide an off-board queue to launch an SM-3 missile from an Aegis ship. 2 Reapers demonstrated their ability to track ballistic missiles using their MTS-BEO/IR turret during a test in late June 2016. Well, it is precisely such a cool American drone that is already destroying Russian occupiers. Subscribe to the channel, put your likes, comment on the video and see you in the next episode.